Timo, obviously, it's good to get a break. Nice to come back. How do you guys set the tone here? Because you're going into the final 25, and this stretch in particular, one game at home and then away for 11 days. So.
Yeah, we had the time to recharge your batteries and get ready for this upcoming stretch here, 25 games. So it's important. Last time we had a break over Christmas, we didn't start well. We didn't play well after. So we know what to do. We had good practices now after the break. So one game here at home before we go on a road trip, and this is very important that we take it day by day. Starting with the game tonight, that we come out the right way with the right mentality, the right way of play.
Is it a bit different though, the two breaks, right? Like obviously lengthwise, yes, but given the way you were playing before that one and this one, and like how do you sort of approach that? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
yeah.
It's a longer break, and to get away for a bit and kind of maybe don't think about hockey for a couple of days, and then obviously think about what you want to do in this stretch here coming. And like I said, the batteries are recharged, your boys are fresh, and there's no excuses and to go out and perform now.
And you guys are in, a really great spot when it comes to the standings, how you guys have been doing, because not only are you chasing other teams, but you're being chased. How big of a advantage is that in a way to sort of keep that motivation going? Motivation is probably not the right word. But.
Yeah, we're in a good spot, but we also know that there's many teams that want to get up and get in the playoff spot, and it's the same thing for us. We're not just playing for a playoff spot. We also home ice advantage and everything. So like I said, every day matters. Now that we come in the right way, and it's going to be tough, but we believe we have a group of guys here that can really raise this time of the year, and it's going to bring the best out of us.
Obviously, it was a luxury to have 2 or so weeks off, and good to disconnect from the game, but it also was a luxury to have 3 or 4 days leading up to this. How have you felt the energy kind of start to build as the practices have rolled on, getting you ready for what's to come tonight?
Yeah, really important that we got some good skates in before, like I said, to recharge and then come in and have a few practices. You can tell the energy is high. Guys are motivated to really attack this last stretch here and make the best out of it. So like I said, no excuses for us to go out and really play our best hockey at this time of the year.
Nate's coming off of this break here, knowing how up and down things kind of were between the last break. How important is it to set the tone right here in that first period, maybe that first shift against Dallas?
Yeah, they're a great team, so we expect a hard-fought game, tight checking. Obviously pretty well structured, and it's good for us. It's a playoff team, really puts us up to a standard there, and a nice rest, a little recovery over break, and one game here at home before we go on a road trip.
And how valuable has that break been for you guys? Again, given how things were up and down, just that mental reset, right? Like you can't discredit how important that is too.
Yeah, with the ups and downs, and the expectations being so high here right now, it's good to kind of check out for a little bit there and just reset the mind, reset the body, and this is a lot of games here coming up in a short amount of time. So I think 25 games left in the season here to get ready for a nice playoff push, and there's definitely no better way to end the season here.
And then what does raising the bar for this team look like in these final 25 games? Timo said, we have a group in here that can raise the bar even more. What does that look like to you?
It's just, it's being consistent. It's doing little things right. It's, playing playoff style games, from here on out. And no nights off. Everyone's all 20 guys that are on the ice, on the same page, and building towards one goal, and it's one period, one shift, one game at a time, and you just build.
How great for this group to have Nico come back. Obviously, he missed those 6 games. Looked like he's in tonight. And how much is that like recharge the group? I know the answer is probably obvious. But
yeah, it's pretty obvious when you get one of those guys back, right? But Nico's obviously the captain of this team, heart and soul kind of guy for us, and he leads by example. He works hard, and we're obviously very excited to have him back. And just one of those things.
Sheldon, we talked a little bit yesterday. Obviously, Jack on the ice this morning. Is the expectation that he's just going to jump right in here?
Yeah, for sure.
And then how about Nico right now? I know you said there was some discussion there.
Yeah, he's good to go. He's excited to play.
And then for you just to, this is as close to a full forward group as you've had in a while.
Yeah, it's nice, for sure. You have the break, and then you come back, and Nico's been in every practice and all that all the way through. So you kind of forget that that you didn't have him. So having him back with the game group, and having Jack back with our group here today, he wanted to just jump right back in with the guys today, which is great. Lazy feeling good here for the morning. We got to bring it to tonight.
And then bringing it into tonight, I mean, how much is this first game, first period, first shift about setting the tone for, really this final stretch here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know about setting the tone so much in terms of like what you talk about first shift and such. It's going to probably take a little bit to get really ramped back up. But the hope is that when the 60 minutes are over, you feel good about your effort, you feel good about the structure and intelligence you've been able to play with. So that's really what it's about, and we've got a great opponent coming in here that'll demand a lot from us. So, we've got to be ready and feel like we are.
What are the challenges that the Stars present?
First they're a structured team. They play hard, defensively. They don't give up a lot, but they've just got scoring threats on all four lines, and their defense are very active and involved as well. So lots of depth there. It's hard to really focus on just one line or a couple individuals. They've got guys throughout their group. They're very deep. So they've been a good team for a very long time, and I think a lot of those reasons are a big part of that.
Snowballing off of that, they obviously, like you mentioned, just have a prolific offense. And earlier in the week you said that this is a team that's going to really force you to play a defensive game first. What are those key points in the defensive structure that are going to be critical early on to kind of push that offense later on in the game?
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it is going to be first on how we play with the puck ourselves. Like always, the better and cleaner we can break out and get through the neutral zone, spend time on their half of the ice, and then force them to try to defend against us. That helps us a lot defensively, but certainly when the puck changes hands, we want to make sure we're above the puck, we're above their great skaters that they have, and we're limiting their ability to play on the rush. And then also they got some big, heavy guys that are really good on the cycle and in the offensive zone, so that really limit our time spent there.
What's the excitement about this last stretch, right? You always have the playoffs in mind, but now you're in the last 25 games or so and feeling that energy in that home stretch. For you as a coach, the mental state going into it?
Yeah, I am excited for it. I like that it's a nice, it's a nice number at 25 games. Easy to kind of hone in on this last stretch, and you're coming off of a break, and we've had some practice time to get ourselves back up to speed. And it's going to be a busy stretch. It's a long road trip coming up here after today's game. We'll head right out to Nashville, play some real tough teams here out of the gate. So it's both exciting and challenging at the same time. And the biggest challenge for our group though is our team and our game and getting to that. As we talked a lot about, it's our segment from Christmas to the break. It wasn't great, and it's up and down. It's unpredictable and inconsistent, and those are all things you don't want to be, and expect us to be better here in the final 25.
Sheldon, knowing you have a back-to-back here, are you going to be aware of or cognizant of Jack's minutes at all, or he's football?
When Jack's in the lineup, he wants to play, and as a coach, you want to play him. He made a decision to come in out here and be with the group this morning, and he's excited to get going. We'll find time to get him some rest. It's a back-to-back situation, but we got one game in 5 days coming out of this back-to-back, so we'll find time to get him rest after this. But for right now, we're going to need him.
Coach, any update on some of the injured players right now, Markstrom or Siegenthaler?
Siegenthaler, I talked about the other day. It's going to be probably a few weeks before we really get him evaluated coming out of the procedure that he had, to know an exact timeline or at least a window for him. Markstrom I believe he's on the ice right now, and is just continuing to ramp up. He'll travel with us on the trip and continue to be with the group, but not available to play at this time.